Have you ever walked into an open house and felt a little bit awkward or like you're being watched like a hawk? You may want to have a few tips before going into open houses because it's a great way to preview some real estate and also even get to preview some real estate agents. So I'm going to give you some insider secrets on things you need to know about open houses before you get out there this weekend. So I'm ready. Let's go. My name is Danae Aballi-Mecham. I'm with Real Broker and I am based out of Irvine, California. Let's go right into the video. The first tip I have for you guys is just the fact that the open house host may or may not be the listing agent. This is just important so you know who you're talking to, because if it is another agent who is not the listing agent, but just somebody who is basically volunteering their time in exchange for the opportunity to meet prospective buyers, you should know that they may not know the seller's situation, they may not know the seller's motivation, they may not know why they're selling, and they may not be able to answer specific questions about the house that you may have. So you should always know that the listing agent and the hosting agent may be two different people, so it's totally fair and okay to ask, just so you know who you're talking to, are you the listing agent or are you just a colleague of the listing agent? Both will help you navigate as you have conversations with them. The second thing that I want you guys to know is that you absolutely do not need to feel pressured to give your contact information. Most realtors are there again to for their own interest to meet prospective clients. So they're going to ask for your contact information solely so that they can market to you or follow up with you. And you may or may not want the agent to enroll you in their marketing, basically drip campaigns. So just know that if they have a sign-in sheet or even an iPad that they ask you to sign in, you can just quite frankly decline. You can say, no thanks, I'm not interested in registering for the open house. Worst case, if it's a high-end listing, they may ask for your name, in which case you can always give your name, but you absolutely have no obligation to give your contact information. So just keep that in mind. So piggybacking on that, my third tip is actually if you have a buyer's agent, they were hired to represent you. So let them do that. So when somebody asks for your contact information, you just simply bring your realtor's business card with you and you hand that to them and say, you can follow up with my agent. Because now the agent that you hired is going to be fielding their calls, emails, texts to follow up and find out what you thought about the property or see if you wanted to look at other property. All of these different scenarios, they can ask your agent direct, and so you can let them represent you, which is why, again, you hired them, and just makes the whole process easier. So ask your buyer's agent to give you a stack of their business cards, and as you walk into these open houses, just simply hand them a copy of it, and it's a really great way to avoid the awkward sign-in process. All right, my final tip for open house is I've had a handful of scenarios where buyers walk into my open house looking for the listing agent direct, thinking that if they work direct with the open house listing agent that they're going to get a better deal. And I will share with you, in many cases, this is absolutely false, because a seller may find offense to it that you're coming direct to their agent, where they want their agent to exclusively represent them and their interests, and it is a conflict of interest if they're representing both sides. If they're representing both sides, it's called dual agency. There are actually several states in the United States that don't even allow it. It's illegal. So in California, yes, technically we can represent both sides, but I will tell you, having been on both sides of a transaction, it's very difficult to be ethical and have a good experience representing both sides. So just please avoid it. Don't go direct to the listing agent thinking it will save you money, because in a lot of ways it just offends the seller and you're going to be the last offer chosen because you don't have your own representation, which means it's not a fair fight. And so it just makes the whole transaction more complex. So I would recommend hiring your own agent. Don't go direct to the listing agent or to the open house agent. All right, so there you have it. Those are my insider tips and secrets about open houses that you may not have known. Open houses, again, are a really great way to preview property, and I want you to feel comfortable walking into these open houses. They are open for a reason. They are meant to be welcoming, but just remember, take your time looking at the property. Don't feel obligated to sign in, and don't feel pressure or that it's a strategy to go direct to the listing agent, because in many cases it actually does not protect you or your best interest. So it's always best to have your own representation. I'm Danae Aballi-Mecham, and if I can help you guys with your real estate needs, please reach out anytime. You can always call or text me at 949-216-8565. Talk to you guys soon.